folks. I had to change the stream key for YouTube because for some reason or other it reset itself. So I've been sitting here for the past 10 minutes trying to fix the goddamn thing. But folks, in any event, it is 9:09. This is really colored people's time. And welcome to the midnight plus 10 minutes run, because we're going to add 10 minutes, 12:10 a.m. And once again, it's me, it's the VINCE. And I hope everybody is doing all right today. Well, Donald Trump. I swear to goodness there, we got a piss trooper as president. I mean, seriously. We have a piss trooper as president of the United States. Everybody is literally losing their S in terms of that video. And, you know, the funny thing is, I like how they went and tried to play it off and everything, and then finally they said a staffer was the one that re-uploaded it. Oh, boy. When you can't get away with it, blame it on some random non-essential person there, you know. They're probably going to fire some poor staffer and it's like, he did it. But, oh, boy. Of course, we know about Wes Watson. Of course, the reason I did play the Sanford and Son, of course. I'm saying, of course, a lot of times here tonight. I don't know why. You know, old Lamont Sanford, the guy that played Lamont in Sanford and Son, passed away. So let's give him 1 minute of silence for the late, great Desmond Wilson, I think. Is his name Desmond Wilson? Yeah, let's see. Who played Lamont Sanford? Yep, Desmond Wilson. All right, 1 moment of silence, folks. All right, folks. You know, and he was a good guy there, you know. He had alpha credentials there, folks. A lot of people don't know it. Lamont Sanford has some alpha credentials. Most people don't know that he actually fought in Vietnam, was wounded, has a Purple Heart. You know, so he served his country. He went down there in the hot, sweaty jungles of Vietnam, or Vietnam, however you pronounce it. He busted off some people, killed a couple people. They shot him, you know, and stuff. He shot back. Like I said, Lamont Sanford has some alpha credentials, you know. Won't let that be known, folks. I mean, he wasn't just a comedian. He was a warrior. In any event, folks, tonight I have coffee and chicory, a little milk. I'm running low on cigars, so I went to the cigar shop and got me a new Cuban. Like I said, we're in the poorhouse right now, folks. So I got to pay all those taxes. And of course, I got my water cup given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. And in today's ICE news, more people got shot with rubber bullets. They're complaining that someone got shot with a pregnant woman, got shot with rubber bullets. Now, here's the great one's observation. If you are pregnant, not pregnant, pregnant, why in God's name are you out there fighting with ICE? You know, you can do harm to your baby. They up there talking about kids are getting hit with tear gas. Little kids. Why in the world would you bring your kids to that type of mess? Take them to the zoo or something. Take them to Carowinds. You gonna take them kids to a protest? You know what I mean? Take them to Chuck E. Cheese. Speaking of Chuck E. Cheese, where is he anyway? I mean, all the things you should be doing with your children, you're gonna take them to a protest. I swear to God, people goofy these days. Flying Ryan, what's up, man? Check my messages. Oh, that's Fox News. Hold on. But folks, get your questions in. If you wish to make a donation, you can. President Trump says he will not apologize for posting racist video of Obama's.
The White House today faced...
Let's go ahead and turn this off. And how does Vegan Gains reconcile building an entire career on debates, studies, and claims about health optimization only to rely on testosterone, HGH, and performance-enhancing drugs? Here's the thing about my... All right. Sorry about that. I had to reconnect my internet. It's been messing up here. What's up, Bridgerton? And are you keeping up? I'm keeping up. Definitely appreciate the donation there, Quick Pump. If the argument is always a vegan life, I mean, he just doesn't care. That's just how. When someone just doesn't give a rat's ass about what other people think, you should know that, you know, he's been around for 13 years. He doesn't care. He does his live streams no matter, you know, and he gets paid a lot of money to do so. I mean, just like Repzion, just like all these other streamers and stuff. Jay Masters is not dead. Shut up.
Facing backlash, even from Republicans. President Trump's Truth Social account posting a video, which ABC News is not showing, portraying former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama on the bodies of apes. It was on the president's feed for hours. The post was eventually deleted, but only after outrage from some of the president's most staunch Republican allies, including...
Oh, boo! Boo, Ryan. We want to see the video. We want to see the Obama ape video. Let's play it, goddammit. Hold on a minute. I'm going to find it. He ain't dead, okay? Well, there's no sound because I'm not talking. I'm trying to find that ape video. Geez, you can't get nothing around here these days. Oh boy, I know. We'll have to go to TMZ. TMZ always works. No sound? Y'all can't hear me? Ah, crap. Well, no. It's gotta be... It's gotta be around here somewhere. Someone's gotta have it. Pugman, what's up? I'm gonna find that video. Yeah, that thing is gone. Dang it. Oh, well, you know what's going to make me feel better? A good old smoke. And a little bit of music. So I guess we'll play the rest of this here that you put up there, Ryan. Because that's all we got.
The White House today facing...
Like I said before, this world has gotten so pussified to where these little munchkins are removing good material.
Backlash, even from Republicans. President Trump's Truth Social account posting a video, which ABC News is not showing, portraying former President Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama on the bodies of apes. It was on the president's feed for hours. The post was eventually deleted, but only after outrage from some of the president's most staunch Republican allies, including the only black Republican senator. South Carolina's Tim Scott,
the only nigger senator,
reposted the image, writing, praying it was fake because it's the most racist thing I've seen out of this White House.
You were praying it was fake? What do you mean pray? You don't need to pray it was fake. You just wake up and you just go and see whether it's true or not. You yuck mouth looking some bitch.
House. The president should remove it. Republican Senator Roger Wicker writing on X, quote, "This is totally unacceptable. The president should take it down and apologize." Earlier today, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt pushed back on what she called fake outrage, but the White House now says that a staffer erroneously made the post.
Yeah, blame it on a staffer.
The racist image was at the end of a minute-long video the president posted on Truth Social.
I'll check in a minute there, Matt.
First 59 seconds described debunked election conspiracy theories from 2020. At the end, the video suddenly cuts to an animated meme showing the Obamas' faces on the bodies of apes. Images of black people as apes have been used throughout American history to dehumanize them. Slave traders and segregationists used these types of images to depict black people as inferior, and at times it led to violence. The NAACP in a statement calling the video blatantly racist, disgusting, and utterly despicable. The Obamas have not commented on the social media post.
It's like we have Jay Masters as president. Well, quick pump. I'm just gonna. You got to take the material as it is. Hang tight. Yeah. I see your donation, Matt. You donated $3 here. I definitely appreciate that. What had happened is my channel actually went offline for about 30 seconds. That's why it didn't charm or anything. So, like I said, YouTube is just messing up today. But yes, I did see your $3 donation there, so I definitely appreciate that. But this is just, well, let me see if I can do this. That might work. Yep, this is Matt's message here. So that's what Matt put up, so we're going to go ahead and play that right now. All right, 550. Y'all give a shout out for Matty Matt there. Oh. Now, Matt, I already done told you you need to be wearing some wraps, my dog. Why are you not wearing knee wraps for? You got 550 pounds. You're going to tear up your ankles like that. Y'all didn't think it was going to light, did you? I just filled it back up. Can't post new mints because of community strikes? Okay. It's alright there, Nader. It is what it is. Got plenty of mints tonight anyway. Ah! Oh, yeah, Matt's got some strength there, you know. But, Matt, you got to remember, when it comes to lifting, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You got to get some knee wraps, my brother. I mean, and knee wraps don't cost that much. So because I'm low on money and stuff and I gotta pay off this shit, got myself a nice Cuban sandwich. That's why they call it New Cuba. More like New Cuba sandwich. But still a decent smoke. I mean, the hacks will die, but I got coffee and chicory, so it makes a good combination. Trump says he won't apologize for racist post. I need that 8 video. I want the 8 video. I bet you it'll be on World Star Hip Hop. Yeah, World Star Hip Hop is gonna have it. Zero videos? Are you kidding me? It's like they've scrubbed it completely off the internet. Maybe this one is. Let me see if this one's it. It looks like he needs to build up his back and core a bit before moving up anymore. Nah, I don't think so. I think his back and everything's fine. He just needs knee wraps. This really sucks. I guess the best I could do is show the image. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let you guys decide. Okay? I'm gonna let you guys decide. Is this appropriate or not? If you want my opinion, it's minty, but no. Not a good idea to put up. My question is, why is Michelle bigger than Obama in that picture? But, I mean, like I said, this is the President of the United States. And he puts something up like this, and then blames it on a staffer. And then he doesn't want to apologize for it. You gotta love Trump. It's like having father in office, literally. I mean, but even Jay Masters would know not to do something like this. You got the link? My nigga. That's what I'm talking about there. We want a little bit of action today. I'm meaning to check this out. It was like a 3-second clip. Yeah, but you only need 1 second.
On July 10th, 1981.
That ain't it. When did you send it there, KCB? I'll have to wait till it comes in. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my cigar. But get your questions in. That was it?
On July 10th, clearly based on McElroy. Meanwhile, Trenna, Day. Be sure to check out some of these other videos.
Hang tight. I think this is it. No, 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 no. They wouldn't. No, 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 no. This ain't it. This is the origin of where the this is where the origin of the video is. But they must have did. I've seen that before. Okay, I've seen that one before. This is something a little bit different. They must have taken all this out and they just specifically put these two pictures up. Like I said, the gray one knows where the origin is, but whatever video they put it up in a way to where this only showed up. You've been saving all of his Rumble lives, which he doesn't like. I mean, I don't see why not. It's free traffic for him. That doesn't make sense, and he has a YouTube channel. He has more subscribers than I do. Yeah, the thing about it is, KCB, that's not the video. It's got to be something else. Yes, but that's not the video. It had to have been something else, not that full video, KCB. It must be some. It's a portion of the video. But where? I gotta find whatever that came from. They must have cut this specific section out and plastered it onto something else. In any event, it's gone now. Hopefully I'll find it eventually. Well, Chuck E. Cheese, that ain't gonna be happening. Father has done too much. Too much. What is going on with my alert box? Yes, I saw that just came up, Matt, for another $3 where Aaron P made a funny video, but what in the world is going on? Hold on a minute. Let me test this out. This is not good. All right, hang tight. Guess I'm gonna have to reset this too. Try one more time. Matt, I have no clue what's going on. My box is just not working today. And it should be. But let's check out Aaron's shorts.
Ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for 3 rounds, Aaron P. versus Vince Goodrum.
There's the bell. Both men come out cautious. Quick jab from Aaron. Oh, right hand. Goodrum's hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, scheduled for 3 rounds, Aaron P. versus Vince Goodrum.
There's the bell. Both men come out cautious. Quick jab from Aaron. Oh, right hand. Goodrum's hurt.
I don't even have a beard. That thing doesn't look nothing like me. That's not even funny. Again, thanks again for the donation. I'm going to try to fix this damn alert box here. That is pissing me off now. Yeah, I know it looks like a black version of Lenny here. Hmm. 9:44 fixing stuff here, so yeah. All right, let's try this here. All right, let's try this. I don't know what's going on, but it's sort of like everything is just not connecting to YouTube today. It's weird. I give up on it. Jay was blown by a homeless woman on camera. Yeah, no going back from that. Oh, Jay ain't gonna block you, Chuck E. Cheese. He ain't gonna do that. He'll get over it. I mean, it is minty, Steve. It would be more minty if it at least looked like me.
Sengoku.
Looks like he's at it again. Like I said, folks, him streaming, it's just money. He's not going to be very successful, Matt, because nobody knows him outside of the Misfits. I mean, And remember I told you guys yesterday that it's very hard for someone our age, and Jay's older than I am, barely. He may have like a year or two on me, or maybe a couple of years. But it's hard for someone our age to build up any traffic. I mean, that's just the way it is. Young people can bring up traffic easy because they are relatable. Us? Nah. Nope. But I don't really worry too much about it. You know, it just is what it is. Now, here's something that pissed me off there, folks. People were talking about the new Call of Duty game for the PS5. I went and looked at it. It's just a remake of the Call of Duty I beat 20-some years ago. It looks slightly better, but not by much. It's a lot more detailed. It's crazy how they'll just rehash the same shit, you know? Now, I don't mind that they did it for Halo, but, you know, you're talking about a time period of 20-some years. Just make a new damn game. Yeah, he's older than I am. Like I said, he's got a couple of years. Yeah, he's got almost 10 years on me. So, Ryan, the thing about it is, he's 57 years old. Is he going to attract a 20-some-year-old crowd? Because the majority of people that use the social media, they're in their teens and 20s. Here, I know my role, you know. My fan base is from the forums. It's not from social media because I predate it. That works at my advantage and not to my advantage. I cashed in on a lot of money from ebooks. I cashed in from selling Andro and Pro Hormones in the early days of eBay where cash was coming in. I just didn't foresee YouTube making money until now. I mean, the thing about it is I earn about maybe $4 or $5 a day, which is enough to pay for my advertising, somewhat from my websites. So I gotta give at least that much credit. I still want to find that ape video. But, yep, folks, get your questions in. Just gonna sit back and smoke my cigar. You want to know why? That's all I can really do right now. My donations thing ain't, Active Box is not working. I mean, I'm like, geez. Wait a minute. Might have found the problem. Hang tight, folks. Come on. Alright, I'm still here, folks. Hang tight. Trying to fix this thing. Still fixing it. Hang on. Alright, folks. I'm gonna redo this. Ugh. Uh-oh. Well, I might have ended up crashing the stream, but if it crashes, I'll restart it. In any event, if nothing crashes, we'll start videos in just a minute. All right, let's see if this works. Alright, I think I fixed it now. Everything seems to be junky these days. I swear. Now with that, I should be able to. Come on.
Hit another squat personal best of £550. I know I still need to get those knee sleeves long.
I'm not distracted there. I was fixing things. I can answer questions while I'm fixing stuff, you know. Just want to make sure I get Matt's up.
Aaron P made a funny edit of you.
And, of course, quick pump. There we go.
Will Frankie be getting tan 1010 surgery next?
Oh, that was from yesterday, but oh well.
Hit another squat personal best of £550. I know I still need to get those knee sleeves lol. Aaron P made a funny edit of you.
Alright. Oh boy.
Will Frankie be getting tan 1010 surgery next? Will Frankie be getting tan 1010 surgery next? Will Frankie be getting tan 1010 surgery next?
Cut it out!
Hit another squat personal best of £550. I know I still need to get those knee sleeves lol. Hit another squat personal best of £550. I know I still need to get those knee sleeves lol. He made a funny edit of you. Aaron P made a funny edit of you. Will Frankie be getting tan 10 surgery next?
I think this is happening
Will
while I fix
Frankie
the
be
thing,
getting
so.
tan 10 surgery next?
Stop! Stop! It's just going through all of them, so. It's basically replaying all of the test ones that I did. It'll stop in a minute. I hope. I pray. I think that's the last one. Folks, I'll be right back. I gotta take a piss and I need to cry. Son of a bitch, stop doing that. My face didn't glitch out. I had to take a piss, goddammit. Let's see. All right. All right, we back. We back. Let's cut the music. Let's play some videos. And I'm gonna stop fooling with this damn thing. But that's technology for you, folks. Sometimes you just got to work on things on the fly. All right, let's start with the first video by Pugman.
60 seconds locked in a room with a silverback gorilla. A silverback gorilla is 10 times stronger than a human. It can lift 4,000 pounds, while the strongest man on Earth can barely lift 1,100. But what about two humans working together? The humans coordinate their attack perfectly. They move together, striking at the same time, but the
But once again, YouTube streams seem to lock up. YouTube still hasn't fixed that issue yet.
two strongest humans on Earth survive 60 seconds locked in a room with a silverback gorilla. A silverback gorilla is 10 times stronger than a human. It can lift 4,000 pounds, while the strongest man on Earth can barely lift 1,100. But what about two humans working together? The humans coordinate their attack perfectly. They move together, striking at the same time, but the gorilla? It grabs one with a hand that can bend steel bars, then turns on the other. The fight is over in 8 seconds. In a locked room with a silverback, teamwork doesn't matter. Follow for more. Could the two...
Yeah. You know, interesting story. One time, Mike Tyson, he was so crazy. He went to a zoo one time, and he tried to pay the zookeeper to let him in with a gorilla to fight him. He wanted to see how tough he was. He was in such a psychotic state of mind that he actually wanted to fist fight against a fucking gorilla. And for real, too. That must have been some very strong drugs here. But let's check out Pugman's other video here. But we're going to get back on track. I was a little bit distracted, slightly. But I was still answering questions. You know, I do my best.
Could the strongest human alive beat a gorilla in a fight? Let's break it down. Muscle density, arm strength. You can maybe curl 100 pounds. A gorilla? 1,800 pounds with one arm. What takes you years in the gym, they're born with. The gorilla doesn't fight like you. No technique. Just raw, explosive violence. One grab, your arm's ripped off. One strike, your ribcage collapses. Nature doesn't care about your gym PR. Follow for more. Could the strongest...
Yeah, we wouldn't... I mean, the thing about it is, folks, as human beings, we can't fight any animal one-on-one, whether it's a wolf, a bear, or anything like that. What makes us alpha is our knowledge in our heads to build weapons that can kill gorillas and stuff, and subrogate them. But in a physical match itself, no. We've never been a physical species, you know. In fact, we weren't really the alpha species until we invented firearms. Because even when we had swords and shields, and arrows, we could still just as easily get killed by a wild animal. We just had the one thing that presides over all animals, and that's intelligence. Except in West
The
Virginia.
Jacket of Loneliness, aka the M65. You've seen it on some of the greatest
I had one. Everyone had one of those jackets. We used to pick those up at Army surplus stores because they were cheap and easy to get.
and most troubling characters of all time, but why? Let's find out. M65 jackets were introduced in 1965, hence the name, and were created with a goal to fit modern combat environments. At the time, this was in Vietnam, and soldiers appreciated the versatility of the M65. All of a sudden, you had a jacket that could withstand the hot, cold, wet, or dry environments. With the addition of practical pockets, a water-resistant nylon cotton blend, and removable liners for temperature control, it's no wonder why this jacket was a hit, but how did it become known as the Jacket of Loneliness? See, the M65 gained attention as soldiers returned from the war still wearing their jackets as a symbol of their service. Vietnam veterans faced difficulties returning home as they were disconnected from society and stigmatized for their involvement in the war. The M65 became a physical emblem of this separation. The jacket's build even embodies this on a design level through its strict, almost armor-like makeup that shields the wearer. Most famously, this was captured on screen with characters Travis Bickle in Taxi Driver and Rambo in First Blood. While both characters are Vietnam veterans, they're certainly different people, yet the M65 worn by both characters highlights their disconnection and isolation from civilian life. M65 continues to be used to this day in different media to represent characters' inner feelings of loneliness, emotional armor, and rebellion. So now that you get why it's used in TV shows and movies, what makes the M65 still so fashionable over 60 years later from its birth? As soldiers wore the M65 jackets back home, military surplus stores were receiving stock, and the M65 began to enter civilian wardrobes. Counterculture groups gravitated towards them as a physical representation of anti-war and rebellion, similar to people currently avoiding the promotion of trends in the attempt to differentiate their style. The M65 was a way to rebel against fashion, yet remain fashionable. The M65 remains a piece of rebellion within the current fashion landscape. It doesn't fit in the world of crop jackets, and I find its structured shape to easily come off more awkward than cool. With that being said, there's so much to love in a styling sense in mixing high and low, customization of pins, patches, and studs, and exploration in new colors and materials. If I was a girl, I would get on my Lindsay Weir no-girl styling of going oversized and adopting military pieces in a feminine way. If you know someone wearing an M65, go check on them, and I hope to see you next time.
Folks, that's not why it was famous. There's nothing special about the jacket. Let me put it to you this way. It was military surplus. The Army was trying to get rid of them. You know, in the 80s, ex-military people would go to the base. They would literally pile up a truck full of Army surplus. They would go home and they would sell it as Army and set up these Army Navy surplus stores. They would set up either a standalone store or at the flea market. You could go down there and you can get one of those jackets for like $10 or $5 even. They were cheap. It's the same with rations, canteens, and all other sorts of things. But nowadays, there's no more Army surplus stores simply because with modern inventory systems, it's pretty much obsolete to where there really wouldn't be too much overstock. I mean, they're very warm, but I don't see them as a fashion symbol, at least in my opinion. They're just there, so. But interesting video. He just has the wrong concept of it simply because he's just not old enough to understand. He saw some stuff on TV, but, you know, it's like people try to make these vintage 80s and 90s movies trying to give an idea as far as to what the 80s and 90s was like, but they don't really capture the essence because they weren't there. They didn't live in that era, in other words, if that makes any sense.
You have piss stain on the outside of your pants, Jason.
Now, I mean, some places like Strange Things, they did the 80s thing pretty well, but, you know, a lot of people, they just... It's like the 70s. They think someone walking around with bell bottoms that says 70s. And it just isn't true.
Who cares? Run out of there. Pissing your pants like a slob. What is that?
They're off season, baby.
What does PM stand for?
1 rep maximum.
Shitbird, let's go.
Freak here by the day 13 like a bimbo trains. We'll do the 185.
Don't forget, folks, y'all can still get some questions in. We've not watched any classic Genova stuff in a while, so thanks for putting this up. I got to start putting more up these days.
Like a dumbass.
Mind people, this is a Piss Trooper channel.
So you're proud to be a dumbass, huh?
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Who gives a shit? Everybody knows by now. It's no secret. Fucking lunatic.
I am a loon, just like Looney.
Why do you always have to compare yourself to Leonard? There's
Have to, you know, random in somewhere.
it's like a cop out. Oh, it's just because Lenny is, I am.
I am one too. Who cares? We're both the identical twins.
Yeah, you're really identical. Put that back on the. You gotta put more weight on. Put it on the rack.
How do you put it on the mic?
Why the fuck are you wearing that belt like that? Jesus Christ. You're such an imbecile. I can't deal with this shit.
It's funny, actually. It's kind of.
I just came here. I like this. I like the equipment, the deadlifting shit. I really don't feel like fucking filming this nonsense today, Jason.
Okay.
Put it back up there. We're gonna put more fucking weight on, stupid.
Okay, stupid.
Oh my god. Go ahead. You had it.
Okay, I got it. Okay, put the weight on.
Okay, now rack it. Put the weight on. That's right. Make yourself useful, jackass. Hey, how was the Kava Sutra the other night?
Oh, it was fun. I
got lazy, man. I got home. I had a couple of drinks, started watching the games. I didn't feel like leaving.
I had like 20 people show up. It was pretty good turnout.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah,
Did you get any pussy?
I got some digits.
Huh?
I got some numbers.
Get some numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some numbers.
So you probably...
Load up their phone a million times.
Yeah, you probably text them 3,000 fucking times in 10 minutes. Is that what you're doing?
I had a girl's number. The girl's gonna be doing a video with me Tuesday. Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, it's not this. Is it the same one as last time, the black chick?
Girl, white girl.
White girl?
Mm-hmm. If she can survive a workout for 20.
The girl that filmed you the other day was pretty enthusiastic, man.
The little one?
I guess you don't know what that word means. That's why you had that puzzle look on your face.
Means interested.
Look at you, you fucking dumb shit. I gotta go to work, man. I really don't have time for your nonsense today.
It's supposed to be funny.
Supposed to be funny?
Yeah. Humor's good. Would you rather be boring or entertaining?
You are all over the place, man.
I'm better. I like to be up in the morning.
Some classic mids there, Steve.
I feel like a good morning.
How's the sleep?
I feel like just chilling out today.
I wake up twice to go to the bathroom and I usual shit.
But you're finally getting some hours of sleep?
So 7 hours a night.
Oh, that's good. That's all you really need.
You don't need more than that.
Good.
Some people sleep 10, and Lenny's known to sleep 10 and 11.
Leonard would sleep 20 if he could.
Yeah.
So would I, actually. I love sleeping.
Sometimes sleeping makes you groggy. That's not oversleeping doesn't make you groggy in the morning.
Makes you groggy is not sleeping, Jason.
Well, I said oversleeping can too. If you sleep 20 hours, you would feel groggy. I mean, if you could. Here.
Okay, goodbye.
They don't have it. LA Fitness is where you plug the weight.
Based Catholic chats versus mentally ill leftists.
Matt with a hold on a minute. Matt with a $3 donation. So let's see what we got here.
We're handing out flyers here at University of Michigan in Ann Arbor, and they're avoiding the flyers like the plague.
So what's the flyer say?
So this flyer, it says it's 10 reasons to protect the unborn. We've heard it's a pretty liberal campus, so we're ready.
We're
just here defending life.
All right, cool.
Great. So we don't like the murder of unborn children.
I hate your face. If you don't want an abortion, don't have one.
No, we're defending unborn.
If you don't want to. Hey guys, anyone who's not an idiot, come over here.
On our side?
Quite the arguments here.
I know.
Yeah.
We got 10 solid reasons.
You want to explain your position?
Yeah, I hate your face. Yeah, no, I'm not here to argue. I'm just here to laugh at you.
You want to pray?
If y'all guys want to know my position, I'm against abortion. I'm for killing babies. Sorry, it's an old Maddox joke.
Act to end the sin of abortion.
And how are you going to do that?
By promoting a culture of purity, of chastity, by alerting the people to the errors and the harms of
So
abortion.
you don't want people.
People can have marital relations, right? In the context. That's not an argument. Insults are not arguments.
So do you have anything to say except vulgarisms?
No, just vulgarism. Just
Is this representative of this university? I mean,
sure. Yeah. Hi, class of 05 and 09.
What gives you the right to stand here and tell somebody else what to do with their body?
That's the debate. Is it your body?
It is my body.
Can you have two heads?
Yes, I can. This is
You
two
can have
legs. I can walk with it. I can walk this direction,
But can you
that
have two
direction.
heads, though, is what
I
it's
can
saying.
go. No, the baby is a fetus.
You have two heads.
No. What is your point of having two heads?
It's not your choice to kill
It is my choice.
Look.
It's my choice.
Yeah.
I mean, I work out at Planet Fitness, so that you're just gonna get libs.
You can choose to do that, but it's an intrinsically wrong act.
I did. It doesn't matter. Intrinsically wrong things that happen in the world. Why don't you say pray to end the sin of rape? Because that's an intrinsically wrong thing. Where's the sign? So this is the problem: the abortion, not the rape, not the unplanned pregnancy.
I believe in.
I'm just saying, you're the one that's saying it's.
Welcome. It's been very interesting.
How's it going?
Good, yeah. We've already had quite a lot of debates and angry people, so.
It didn't take them like 3 minutes. I just went berserker. So I offered this one fellow a pro-life leaflet, and he just looked at me and spat right at my feet.
That's disgusting.
Just met the president of Students for Life and also one of the Students for Life workers. So.
Oh, wow. So we're not alone.
Not alone, no.
I do know that life begins at conception.
How do you know?
Because if you study embryology, life begins at conception.
Have you studied embryology?
I've studied enough to know.
What's your profession when you're not racist?
My profession?
Yeah.
Do I need to be a doctor to know when life begins?
Yes.
Is every mother a doctor?
No.
Then how do they know when life begins?
They can consult doctors.
But you said it's their choice.
It's their choice to abort before a certain point. Yeah.
So that contradicts your argument that I need to be adopted to know when life begins.
No.
I think that
I'm sorry, Quick Pump, but, you know, no matter how fat a girl or ugly she is, anyone can get knocked up, you know.
you know, you're pretty brave for sharing your view, and it's good to like be informed about another person's perspective.
How do you think hugs will help? I just want to know.
We just want to support people today.
We're thinking about the women and girls on this campus who have had an abortion and have to walk past this.
Mm-hmm. And it's offensive,
Because it's not an easy choice, you know?
Yeah, choice to kill someone. Making a new sign with crayons.
But if I were ever facing you're a bad guy. I don't like you. I'm making assumptions.
I don't even If I right as a human being says I can make judgment about your character, you could judge me as a loud black woman. That's okay. I still think you're a bad guy. Whatever. Your judgments are allowed, and I'm going to judge you for what you're doing right now. Go ahead and judge me as a loud black woman, because that's exactly what I'm going to be.
I don't know. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's right to impose your way of being on someone else.
Do you think there's an objective truth?
I think the one truth is that everyone's just being, and that you can't control it.
If I woke up this morning and said, that flagpole to me today is a
Why is he wearing that thing that looks like... does he go to school at Hogwarts or something? What kind of outfit is that?
gingerbread house. Would that make it a gingerbread house? Yes or no?
Perception is reality. In your perspective, it can be a gingerbread house. That's the thing. Perception is reality.
If I say you're Michelle Obama, does that make you Michelle Obama?
I'm going to scream. I'm allowed to scream. I can raise my voice as loud as I want to.
We've been debating for about 2 hours, and the counter-protest seems to be really picking up, so.
I think we're out of flyers. That's how long we've been here. I think we're out.
You were adopted from Russia?
I am, yeah. Abortion is a huge issue there. Under Soviet rule, women had an average of 8 abortions in their lifetime. The numbers have gone down, but it's still relatively much higher than most other places in the world, so I will always be pro-life for that reason.
What do you think about the free hugs counter-protest out there?
I disagree, and I don't think shouting at people is going to help anyone, but, you know.
I wish someone had rewinded this and taken it to the future. Shouting at ICE will only mean that you will, you know, and when ICE shouts back, it's usually in the form of flashbangs and smoke grenades.
You know, at the end of the day, they have the right to do that.
I'm about to raise my voice for as long as I need to. Because this is the University of Michigan. This is a public campus.
But is your screaming helping anyone?
It doesn't matter. Is they're sitting here helping hell to the dog. I'm gonna scream. It don't matter if it's helping you.
Maybe an intellectual conversation might do more in changing hearts and minds, though, than screaming.
Thank you. Your views are coming.
Why are you eating it if you disagree with it? I don't understand.
You know, I knew a kid in school that used to eat paper and eat crayons and stuff like that. You know, very weird character, you know.
What did she do? I thought she spat.
Well, that was I think it was a he, if I can assume his pronouns. He like asked for a flyer, so I gave it to him, and then he like bent over and he started throwing up. I mean, it's right there on the ground. It's really.
I am not going to film it. That is disgusting.
So
We
tolerant.
don't have to be tolerant of this.
Parents. Your religion doesn't exist anymore. It's going to die out within 30 years.
What in the world? What is a pro-homosexual student? What is a pro-homosexual student? You know, I don't get that. Yeah, louder means I'm right.
DJ, kill yourself. You. She's getting an abortion. She's getting an abortion.
Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
What do you think about the pro-choice side?
Well, I mean, they're much more dignified. It's not shouting.
We want God who is our King. We want God our Father.
It's called. I'm just like genuinely
Yeah,
curious.
CFP, Society for the Defense of Tradition, Family and Property. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, at this point, the counter-protest, they don't have anything else to say, and everybody else is just standing and watching. A lot of people are taking the flyers, so I think we made a big difference today.
Tradition, family, property. America, America, America.
Okay, so this is the first of a lot of different pro-life campaigns we're going to be doing
You know, those kids are way too young to be wearing suits and ties.
in Michigan. So we'll keep you posted. God bless.
God bless.
Well, the other guy on the other side, he was old enough to wear one, but I did like the little crown thing, but it certainly looked like Hogwarts to me. And I'm just going to be honest with you. That was some Hogwarts shit that they were wearing. All right, back to our Wega Wibby schedule program. If it'll actually play.
Plug the weight rocket, which probably saw before we did this. Pretty cool, actually. It's what the powerlifters use professionally.
But again,
Something
thanks for
different.
the donation.
Form's on point this morning. But this chalk is for so you don't get those canker splits really bad.
What?
The canker sores, you know, like.
A cank.
You see, this is the story of my life with YouTube. Come on, YouTube. Quit doing this to me.
Blisters. They can call them blisters. They study.
Okay, just go. Please, please. Everybody knows what the fucking chalk is for.
Okay, good. Good. 5.
Giving these assholes a lesson in what chalk is used for. You can even use. Yeah. It's enough. Jesus, dude.
Pretty strong in the morning. Waking up strong. I like when I wake up strong in the morning.
You can use that chalk to jerk your gherkin too.
Yeah, jerk the gherkin. like Paul, what's her name? Julia Child.
What?
Julia Child likes to put rub on chicken.
Huh?
Yeah, I know. YouTube has just been screwing up lately.
What are you saying? Julia Child likes to put rub on chicken?
Remember she used to rub the chicken with rub?
No, I don't.
Watch the whole video.
I don't even know who that is.
Julia Child.
I heard the name, but I...
Jack LePen, Julia Child. That English chick. So back in the day, the old...
Did she had a cooking show?
Yeah, back in the 80s.
So she rubbed chalk on a chicken?
No, she rubbed some type of flour on the chicken. It looks like flour, same shit.
Yeah, same shit.
Deadlift this shit. Get five good ones. 3, at least 3. Morning's all about deadlifting. That power up. Oh, yes. Oh, 5 good ones. You might beat me this morning. I got one. Deadlift this shit. Get 5 good ones. 3, at least 3. Morning's all about deadlifting. That power up. Oh, yes. Oh, 5 good ones. You might beat me this morning. I got one.
We're still going up.
I've at least 3.
Yeah, we're working our way up to 385. We're going to do 385, 3 sets of 3. That's where we're at. So. Getting easy too. It's fine. You know, wearing a belt like that is completely useless. You realize that?
Maybe I should go get my car and go get my other bus.
Yeah, maybe that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Your car is 15 feet away. You might need your keys though.
Yeah. I ain't going
Are those your keys on the floor over there? Those are mine.
Those are mine. bad. I thought those were mine. They were misplaced. So, oh, she's hot.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's smooth but hot.
Smooth, but...
Well, no, not ripped like she...
What do you mean smooth?
Like an off-season bodybuilder was gorgeous, man. Like her whole...
What do you mean by smooth?
Well, not ripped.
No,
not like bulky, but beautiful.
That's your definition of smooth?
Smooth. It's baby skin. Baby skin, not the ripped skin.
What's her name?
Chloe.
Chloe?
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Ugh.
She's the one that's going to train with you next?
No, this one was in Texas, but I would go smash.
Texas?
I would fly there.
Come on, Jason.
I would fly there, bro. She's so hot, bro. I want to collab with that girl. Bro, that one's fucking...
We're in South Florida, Jason. What the hell you...
That's the best bodybuilding chick I've ever seen, man. I smashed that in a heartbeat, bro. Wait till you see her, bro. I'll show you a picture of her. She's so fucking hot, bro. Come on. Come on. Who cares if they're the same straps? We're freaks.
What?
We don't care if they're the same straps. We're freaks.
Jesus Christ, Jason. I wish you were a little bit more prepared. You fucking... Every time I train with you, you add like a half an hour onto my fucking workout.
I'm not bad, man.
Huh?
I'm not a bad person.
You're annoying to work out with because you're all over the place, Jason.
It's my
just
AE. What do you want?
Why do you take that fucking watch off, please? Why do you have that watch on? Enough of this shit. Nobody's gonna steal that fake shit anyway.
It's bling, fake bling, baby. I am dumb. Who cares? Rather be dumb than smart. Who wants to be...
What?
Who wants to be smart when you can be dumb?
Oh, yeah, you'd rather be dumb so you can manipulate people. They're feeling bad for you and giving you free shit, right?
Yeah.
I know your fucking game. Everybody else does too. You're not fooling anybody. Come on, you tub of shit. 3. We're doing 3 sets of 3. Let's go.
Tub of shit like Jay.
Now you want to talk shit about Jay, huh?
He's a tub of shit too. We're both tubs of shit.
Okay.
Alright.
What are you doing? 1. 2 more. We're doing 3 sets of 3.
My load's blowing up.
What?
My load's blowing up.
Your load is blown up?
I take my loads. I'm almost.
You're gonna let this skinny mailman fucking outlift you today?
I'm gonna go heavier. I'm gonna go heavier, bitch.
Why would you go heavier? You barely got that.
I'm gonna get more.
Oh, you're so fucked.
I'm so fucked in the ass.
Is that a Freudian slip?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Who else has fucked you in the ass besides the cucumber?
Girls.
What?
Girls.
Girls have fucked your ass?
Yeah.
How is that?
Because I paid them.
That would be a tranny.
No.
Of course I got it.
What did
I
they...
had a girl stick up their finger up there at my ass.
So that's fucking you in the ass?
No, sort of. They're using their finger.
Are you lying?
No.
We've been with one chick and that was at Lou's party. That's why that thing is there, stupid. Look at you.
I think we're breathing in the morning.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many episodes is Freakier by the Day, or how long are you going to do this shit for?
Well, I watch old videos of different YouTubers. They usually do a whole year of every series.
A whole fucking year of Freakier by the Day? Okay, and so at the end of this Freakier by the Day series, and you still look like a pile of shit.
Next year,
what then?
Shredded by the Day next.
And then at the end of Shredded by the Day, you're going to look like complete shit, or look exactly the same.
No, after Shredded.
So what's
then? Stronger by the Day. Break records.
But you still look like shit.
No, right now it's Freakier, then the next year is Shredded, and the next year is Stronger. Stronger means break PM, break the world record.
PM?
PM was 1 rep max, 1 rep range of motion.
What does PM stand for?
1 rep max then.
Jason. The letter P and the letter M. What do those two...
RPM was 1 rep max.
What?
Yeah, so...
R stands for what?
1
Oh, you spell one with an R?
No, it's a rep. Rep. Rep max out. RM. It's an RM, sorry. Max.
Rep max out. RM?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's new. Right.
That's no, you fucking idiot.
Jesus Christ.
It's high as
I swear to God.
my head goes, you know what? My IQ drops 15.
Mine does. Every time I'm around you. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
I'm at least 1% autist now, too. Thanks, pal.
You're an autism baby.
Uh-huh. Just lift the weight and shut the fuck up. And you still haven't changed those shorts, you filthy fuck.
No, I cleaned them. Put them in the washer.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, I graduated the washer school.
I hope you showered before you did your appearance the other night, did you?
Yeah, that was clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the muffin top on this asshole. Come on. Why aren't you using the straps for this?
Because I want to be raw. I mean, when
All right, good. Hope your hands bleed everywhere. Let's go.
Bleed blood, bitch. We go to war.
Bleed blood. Mm-hmm. Easy. Can you throw it down a little bit harder, you asshole?
Special racks.
Why don't you just drop it from your waist instead of even leaning down to put it down? Just drop it.
Yeah, drop it. Drop it like an idiot. All right.
All right, so what do we got? 425? What the fuck? You are a LeBron Genova.
All right. Taking this one. This is for you, Robert Frank.
What?
619, mother. Whoa! Somebody sandwich.
Come on, get that shit. Beautiful.
You Tremboloni.
My name is Robert Frank. I'm going to get a can of weapons on you.
Okay, you are a fucking disaster. Jesus Christ.
Some good classics there. All right, let's take a look at Frank Tufano's new shorts. Let's see what he's put down today. Well, you got to give Jason some credit there. He does have some. He did have some pretty decent strength, you know. Whereas a lot of people are just who sit down at home and just play video games. They got buggy whip arms and stuff. So, I mean, I will give him that much credit. I'll give him credit where it's due. Believe me. It's not that really many new shorts with him, so. But
if you want to know the crazy truth about clavicular, you can go to this website and read.
I'm going to let it load up a little bit. I think what's happening is that YouTube just needs to get more space. I mean, they got to compile mega terabytes of data every single day with all the new videos that are loaded up on a regular basis. I mean, literally. So basically, according to AI, YouTube stores 4.3 petabytes of new video daily data daily. That is 720,000 hours of content each day. So that is a lot of data per day. Petabytes. That's 4,300 petabytes. A lot of space. No, I've not heard about the new Larry Wheels drama. What's going on with that?
Read about it, but this confirms a few things I had heard about. like the real reason he got kicked out of college wasn't steroids. He was performing surgery on people in his dorm room like that lunatic botch master giant implants. No wonder they're buddies. They're probably practicing ruining people's lives together in hotel rooms, like just crazy underground surgery stuff. He got a DUI, which is, I guess, less tame than other things, but still not a good person. Totaled his BMW. He might have been drinking again when he...
You totaled your Taurus, and you've totaled 2 other cars, too, so...
He got in that vehicle accident. There's a video of the police footage on there. And also a pretty wild video of him pulling out a weapon and brandishing it at someone. I can't really post that on TikTok. I was trying to edit it, but I figured it's just not worth it. If you want to read the information from the source about how crazy this guy is and the stuff he doesn't want you to know about him, you can go to that website.
Well, we already know he's crazy. You're crazy, too. At least you won't find him on X-Hamster like you.
We have a few new promotions on Frankie's Free Range Meat, so I wanted to go over those with you guys. And this is in our addition to our percentage discounts. 5% off 200, 10% off 300, 15% off 500. And when you combine those percentage discounts with these, you're getting crazy value for your order, especially considering we have the lowest prices online. So you're going to be getting, 10, 15,
So you spend $425 and you get free sourdough bread. $200, you get free liverwurst. Spend $300, you get free cottage cheese, and $700 for free eggs. No. Nope. Like I said before, I don't know what Frank's business model is per se.
Astigmatism.
Oh boy, here we go with this.
Astigmatism in my soul.
He married his wife without any prenup. He probably doesn't have as much money as people think there, Matthew. So he's not a millionaire or anything like that. So I don't see much of anything of it there. If he was like a multi-millionaire, for example, then, or like Wes Watson. I'm joking about Wes Watson. He doesn't have enough assets to where it would be viable.
Patterson, New Jersey. I subscribe. Eastside Park. No, you good, Mark? Holding it.
We have to hold, baby.
You gotta hold it?
You gotta hold it.
Oh, now you done.
Yeah.
Huh? What's up, man?
How you doing, beloved?
Now you finished.
Peace and blessings, brothers. Appreciate the brother.
What's your name, man?
Rob from Patterson. Rob Morgan from Patterson.
What part of Patterson you from, right?
North A. Been all over Patterson. Been here over 40-something odd years. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But, yeah.
Rob, check it out, man. How old are you, man?
By God's grace, I'm 50.
50 years old?
50 years of age.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it just got, in another 50 years, I want you to have the same interview.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Rob, listen, you out here getting this calisthenics money. I saw you getting some push-ups. Can we see some more of them push-ups?
All right. Well, we're doing a crunch push-up, which you have to concentrate on certain muscle groups. It's not just movement, but we can get in there.
Worn out. So a wooden gate? Wooden thing? I'm just doing it piece by piece.
All right.
That was 40, right?
10 sets of 40. I was up 10 sets of 50, but I injured my shoulder. So we're We'll get back.
All
We'll
right,
get back.
Now, Rob, check it out now. The push-up we just saw, people are gonna come on my page, they're gonna comment saying that that's not good money. Those push-ups aren't good money because it's not all the way down, all the way up. Could you add some color to those push-ups to us? Like,
absolutely.
Where did you learn that? What is it helping? And the variation between all the way down, all the way up, and what you do.
So, one of the things that I'm just gonna state for all those naysayers and stuff, come out and do 10 sets of 40 up. Then you'll see what they do. You may think
Seems like he's in pretty good shape.
that those who've been out here for a minute understands what jailhouse rocks are.
I mean, he has a big shirt on and everything like that, but he looks like he's in pretty good shape.
But you have to know where to concentrate, where to squeeze. You see the movement, so I'm tweaking. Everybody knows me from training martial arts out here, so we learned the dynamic tension, so we just put it into the workout. That's what the brothers did over the years for tweaking purposes, for building purposes. Then anyone, after you're doing something like that, you can go isolate, slow, come out here on another day, I'll do minute push-ups, where I do go all the way down, and 30 seconds down, 30 seconds up. But it's your personal work. For the naysayers, and for this is your fight. Nobody can fight your fight but you. Don't tell me what I did and did wrong, and you're not out here doing it.
Rob, you said jailhouse rocks. Those are jailhouse rocks.
It's a bit. Well, that's how they were introduced to me, and it was by a brother.
You did some time in the joint?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we all have family. We all have friends. Then when you come outside and you see somebody doing an exercise where those who've not been in will tell you that they're wrong, okay? And the size of I wish he was out here now. The size of, not tell his personal business, I haven't said his name, but the size of this brother.
Monster.
He's a monster. He's a monster.
Doing them push-ups you was just doing.
Doing those push-ups, and like you said, we go from the 40, then I go do 10 to 15 pull-ups. Normally we're going around the world, but I'm rushing it today. Going on 10 to 15 pull-ups. Then you go over, you do your dips. Then you do your dips and come back and finish off with the other. That's one set. So you could tell me I'm not doing them right, not all the way down. Come work out with me. Come work out with me. Come work out with those brothers that's not doing it right, but that you feel not doing it right. Think about it. Let me give this to you, brother. Power lifters get humongous. But if you look at the way that they do bench press and stuff, everyone, because they don't do it a certain way, that's not right. That's not right. What builds you? What builds you? That's all you get out here and do.
Hey, Rob.
What's going on, brother?
So you into the martial arts?
Absolutely. The style that we study, and you hear me out here, I do Wulan, Bao Guazhong, and a couple of other exercises.
Show me some shit, bro.
No, sir, brother. At another time. At another time.
All right, give me a little demonstration.
Yo, Sean, what is it?
I said astigmatism in my soul.
I can go more in depth than that another time, but in that you have 8 paragraphs going. So you deal on the 64, the 32, the 16. The 8, the 16, the 32, the 64, 128, 256. Anyone that knows Bagua that knows that they're going inside and outside, inside and outside, inside and outside. So we'll go on that a little better.
Bro, how long you been doing martial arts?
Shoot, 38. There's my senior right there. Getting ready to do some pull-ups and right there. 38 years.
38 years?
Praise God.
Okay.
38 years.
Rob, your diet, what you eating?
Right now, my diet, well, my diet is getting back. I stay lean as possible. Lean as possible. try to cut out a whole lot of carbs, but carbs are necessary. Don't let nobody tell you different. Your proteins in your meals, not so much of the powder shakes, very, very key. Get with a knowledgeable trainer that's going to let you know your carb, protein, and water ratio. These things are very important, and that goes by your body weight, height, and density, for fat and everything. So it's different for everyone, just like the push-ups are. You know what I mean? So to build you, you have to find you, and that's what I tell everyone. My 10, and you could do 1, becomes the same exercise. So we both have pushed our bodies to work and with the diet.
Rob, mental focus, mental toughness.
You cannot be an athlete without, you can't stay alive without carbohydrates. I mean, even with the keto diet itself, you're going to always have some source of carbs. And if you don't consume carbs, your body is going to convert some of that protein into energy. That's just going to happen. But there's always going to be a level of some carbs in any type of food, regardless.
Mental clarity, positive thinking, speaking things into existence.
But something's got to be converted over to energy. It's just that protein, it takes a lot more energy for your body to convert protein into energy.
Fuck with us, man.
It's all the same. Listen, working out, in my humble opinion.
Well, it depends on whether he served in the military, whether he played college football. I mean, since it says jail star push-ups, I would take it that he's been in jail or prison. So I really don't know.
Is only 10% physical.
No, I wouldn't certify him.
Mental.
I don't do
care
beards.
what workout you're doing.
I wouldn't certify him. I don't date niggers. So I've already done told you guys that.
For certain individuals that come out to do 400 and 500 push-ups after having a hard day's work, going through family problems, anything, you have to have that mental fortitude to say, I'm going to come here even if nobody's here, even if you weren't here. You found me here. You understand?
But you didn't know I was coming here.
Nobody knew that. I didn't know this. I'm doing this at my brother.
At first, you didn't even want to do the interview.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Clarity is everything. Know what you're going to do. You're running through the... There's an old joke about running through the forest, and they tell you to close your eyes, and they'll hit you right in your head and knock you on your behind. Listen, you don't know where you're going, you'll never arrive. You'll never arrive. If you close your eyes, lose focus, you'll go off into a different path that'll take you away from your workout, take you away from your training. Novell, he's laughing at me now if you're seeing this YouTube channel, he's laughing because this is what happened to me. I got depressed after a major surgery I had in my life, and the mental fortitude that it took to come back. I didn't think it would be this hard and stuff because we were up to 500 a day, 10 sets of 50, plus with the workout.
On the push-ups.
Push-ups, pull-ups. Push-ups were 500 a day, 120 to 130 on the pull-ups, 120 on the dips, you know what I mean? And another extra for bicep development, you had another 50 or so, you know what I mean? So that's not easy. That's not easy. And then go train with your brothers who like to hit you really hard. And shout out and respect to Team Cavallo, Sensei Cavallo, who, as in his own words, I make you train like you don't think about breathing. And I kept that with me all my life. And that's the mental fortitude. You don't think about breathing. You don't think about getting tired. You just go. You'll breathe heavy. Learn to control it. It happened. It's all right. You were human. But you don't think about those things. You keep on with your workout.
Hey, Rob, how can people get in touch with you on social media, Facebook, Instagram? You on any of that stuff?
On Facebook,
give it out?
All my brothers know Robert Morgan on Facebook. And if you really want to work out, do something, come up to Eastside Park, Patterson. Do not, and I'm going to say this, believe in all the hype. When you do a pan around, and if you're up here, there are some very good brothers, very good knowledgeable brothers. Shout out to Shaquan and Team Charity and Shaquan IBF. These brothers, whoo, they'll take you to another level. Trainers training trainers, okay? Shout out to Rodney. I'm going to tell you, all these guys are trainers that started out, in my personal opinion, with Shaquan down at the village, and he showed us a different method and a way to build ourselves, and everyone has spanned off and still doing it. Praise God, I'm 50. I'm not going to stop.
Yo, Rob, thanks, man.
No, salute. Peace and blessings, my brother.
Peace and blessings, kid.
All right.
And listen, tell Shaquan we want to rock with him, man.
Yo, if he sees this, he should shout out. Let me tell you something, Shaquan and all the brother Mass, all the brother Shaquan has been in this community. Killer Hill is on the Saturdays. Forgive me for not knowing the times and everything.
Thoughts on Sharia law? It wouldn't work for me being gay, so I don't want Sharia law.
But I'm trying to tell you, he's in this community. You want to work out with him, reach out to him. He's on Facebook, Shaquan Powell. I'm trying to tell you.
Shaquan Powell, y'all reach your shot.
When it comes to Sharia law, there's a lot less crime, obviously. But at the same time, there's a lot more stuff that goes on. A lot less freedoms as well. A whole lot less. So, for women, it's horrible. So, no Sharia law. Nope. You want the soul pole? You mean the
stigmatism in my soul?
You want the soul pole? No, there's no laws between that. You know, if there was a law, the tans would be broken. Lee got all those tattoos and everything. You know, he was an outstanding bodybuilder. Had to turn off the music. It's all copyrighted and shit. Do you think Sean G could have... No, he would never have made it through. You know, I wonder why all these creators ruin the stuff with this uncopyrighted music. With this copyrighted music for. Yeah, one time Lee was married. Just all way big guy. All the way. Yeah, he was also with the Della Garcia as well, so. Well, him and Paul Dillett used to joke around a whole bunch back in the day. Usually if you see some of the old MD and Flex magazines, you'll always generally see Lee Priest joking, standing alongside Paul Dillett. They were really good friends. I don't know if they still are or not or so forth. But of course, naturally, Lee Priest absolutely hates Sean Ray. And Sean Ray feels the same way. I mean, they've hated each other almost as long as me and John Romano were cracking heads together, except here's the thing, theirs has been going on a lot longer. I mean, we're coming up on at least 40 years of them not liking each other. Because remember, both Sean Ray's like 60s years old now, but they've been arguing for about 40 years at least. So, I mean, it's a long time, folks. Not to like someone, but it still rages on. The hatred still exists.
I was validating myself with my money, which later was something that I have a massive self-realization on that I'm glad I had. But leading with my money and validating myself in that manner just drew me down the wrong path. Now, whatever you validate yourself with in your fucking heart is what others will want from you. So now I truly, in my heart, validate myself with my principles, my character, and my conduct. And if you see from my Instagram and the stuff I put out, people want that from me. This is clear as day. So now if I validate myself with my possessions, truly in my heart, people are gonna want that from me. And that's where people fuck up. They're calling them gold diggers. They're saying you only want my money. Motherfucker, you validated yourself with just your money. You drew that in.
Yeah, he's changed a bunch, so, I mean, it's a sad comparison to where he could have simply took a little bit of that money, bought himself a really nice house with that money and a car, had it all paid up, and could have saved all the rest of it, but he just didn't. All right, Zachary, we'll give you a shout out here. 6'4", 400 and... You're a pretty big guy there, but yeah, you gotta slim down a little bit there if you're at 434 at 6'5". So hit that treadmill, my friend. Hit the treadmill. That's a lot of weight. All right, let's see what we got next.
The gun barrel tastes like copper pennies and hops number...
Chuck Sipes. Man, myth and legend there. So, you know, he can bend bars and frying pans. Very strong athlete. A strong person.
9 solvent.
Shame that he went and killed himself there. So, yep, he did. Didn't he kill himself? Let me... Yeah, I think he committed suicide. Yeah, he committed suicide because as he was getting older, he could no longer, you know, do a number of his strength things. So, I mean, he had depression. He couldn't do his outdoor activities for his physical limitations. He just felt that he was done for, you know.
Chuck Sipes sits in his Modesto kitchen wearing buckskin fringe that smells like mothballs and masculine failure. The leather creaks when he breathes. Outside, California oaks drop leaves that sound like applause. 61 years old, 3 daughters grown and gone. A head full of scar tissue from a parachute that opened like a broken umbrella. Fort Benning, 1950. 70 feet of gravity followed by a skull hitting Georgia Clay at terminal velocity. 4 months watching Walter Reed ceiling tiles peel while Army accountants calculate his replacement value. Chuck Sipes, the Iron Knight, the man who could bench press 570 pounds, raw, no shirt, no spotters, just meat and bone against iron. He could blow up hot water bottles until they exploded, drive nails through wood with his bare...
Now, blowing a hot water bottle and blowing it up, that takes a lot of aerobic strength just to do that. So
hands, bend steel bars like pipe cleaners. Here's what he couldn't do. Stop his own brain from eating itself alive. February 24th, 1993, Chuck Sipes puts a gun in his mouth and pulls the trigger. The world's strongest bodybuilder defeated by 3 pounds of diseased grey matter. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. They call it a triple split routine. 3 workouts a day, 6 days a week, morning, afternoon, night. That's how Sipes trained for the 1968 Mr. World. That's how he lived his entire life.
Raw raw food, I mean, as he was getting older, he could no longer do his favorite things. He didn't feel that he was no longer a bodybuilder. So, yeah. Depression is a huge thing sometimes.
Sipes spent 45 years pyramiding upward. This is how you build a human time bomb. Wire the nervous system tight. Add pressure daily. Wait for detonation. 16 years old and 98 pounds of nothing. The neighbour's garage gym. Scrap metal welded into squat racks. Tractor parts for plate-loaded nightmares. By 20 he carried 220 pounds of naturally occurring meat. No Dianabol, no Deca, just cellular determination and Protestant work ethic ground into bone meal. The training philosophy was simple. Start with weight that could kill you. Singles, doubles, quarter movements with loads that would snap normal spines. Then when the nervous system was fried and the joints were screaming, do the pump work, the bodybuilding fluff, 20 reps, 30, until the muscles surrendered. Power first, pretty second, always in that order. 1968, Miami Beach.
I mean, he had some great genetics here, and yeah, he was a legitimate strongman.
Chuck wins Mr. World the same night Frank Zane beats Arnold Schwarzenegger. Chuck stands on stage, 220 pounds of drug-free beef, watching the futurists shoot steroids in bathroom stalls, realizing the sport's leaving him behind. Chuck writes his manifesto, "Help! Drugs are destroying muscle men." The magazines bury it deeper than Jimmy Hoffa, page 47, between ads for Joe Weider's Megamass and mail-order brides. Chuck watches friends transform into chemical monsters, watches the sport he loves become a pharmaceutical arms race, watches himself become a nostalgia act, irrelevant before 40. While other bodybuilders pose for cameras and cash supplement checks, Sipe wears calluses from actual labour. 12-hour shifts slaughtering trees in the Sierra Nevada. The lumberjack work paid the mortgage. Sipes comes home every night smelling like two-stroke exhaust and pine sap, then trains through the fatigue. His home gym looked like a junkyard autopsy. Squat rack hammered together from scrap lumber because he couldn't afford steel. Tractor parts for plates because York Barbell doesn't do layaway. This Frankenstein's lab produces a 570-pound bench. Raw, close grip, paused on the chest. No belt, no wraps, no spotter. Just a man.
Yeah, the best type of equipment to work out is with real work. And when you're a lumberjack, you're doing some real work.
And his refusal to quit existing quietly. Chuck chose the California Youth Authority instead of fame. 20 years of wilderness therapy, taking throwaway kids into the mountains, teaching them not to be worthless. 4-week vision quest minus the visions, while their withdrawal shakes rattle the pine needles. Sipes taught them how to squat with logs, taught them to cry around campfires. 96% of those boys never returned to jail. 4% did. Math is cruel that way. Someone always fails. Chuck knew this. That's the transaction. The triple split works until it doesn't. Muscles need recovery, and so do minds. The parachute malfunction in 1950 didn't kill him immediately. That's the thing about trauma. It's patient. It waits in the corner like a collection agent, letting interest compound for decades. The seizures arrive calling collect to settle accounts long overdue. Electrical storms in the temporal lobe, making his neurons dance the Watusi. Sipes woke up on the kitchen floor, tongue chewed into hamburger, buckskin jacket soaked through with his own piss. The body that bench pressed 570 pounds, his body, the one machine he thought he owned, begins betraying him in public. Imagine bending a steel bar for teenagers while your own nervous system's trying to fold you into origami. He can't hike, can't chop wood, can't perform the strongman stunts that paid the groceries. The Youth Authority retires him in '88. Bureaucrats in Sacramento replace his wilderness therapy with fluorescent rooms and PowerPoint presentations about feelings. Sipes drives home in his Ford pickup, forearms still massive but trembling, realising he's outlived his utility. He starts painting mountains, the same mountains where he taught kids to survive. Pretty watercolours that can't capture the weight crushing his chest. Bob Ross minus the afro, minus the optimism, minus the belief that happy little trees matter. Depression's just progressive overload minus the progress, adding plates every day until the bar wins. His wife Mary watches Big Chuck becoming Little Chuck inside himself. The psychological atrophy more devastating than any physical decay. The oxidation of the soul. The Iron Knight rusting from the inside out. A friend offers him a speaking job. Chuck declines, doesn't want to be a burden. That's the phrase they always use. Not, I'm drowning, but I don't want to weigh you down. As if his absence would be lighter. Chuck's daughters remember him as gentle, patient, the kind of father who hugged them when they knocked over his trophies instead of screaming. He told them, no problem. They're just trophies. He was right. The trophies were never the point. The triple split routine doesn't leave room for a fourth session, the one where you rest. The pyramid only goes one direction after the peak. 1 rep at 600, 2 at 580, 4 at 550, the weight decreasing while everything else increases. By February 1993, Chuck reaches the bottom set. 1 rep with the 44 Magnum. Maximum load, no warm-up. His final...
Man, that's kind of messed up saying stuff like that. What is... That's not cool. What kind of... Ugh. Must be some AI shit.
PR, no judges, no applause. Just a permanent solution to temporary pain that stopped being temporary. They bury him in the buckskin like he was pretending to be someone from a simpler time. Before modern chemistry. Before we understood that the brain's just another muscle that tears under too much load. A granite headstone lists achievements that matter to exactly no one now. Mr. America, Mr. Universe, Mr. World. The 96% success rate not mentioned. The 570-pound bench press not carved. Just dates. 1932 to 1993. The dash in between representing everything and nothing. Bodybuilding magazines run their memorials, call him a golden era legend. They skip the part about the seizures, skip how the system used him and threw him away. They skip the crying, if there was crying. There must have been crying. Even men who bend steel bars cry, especially those men. The steel doesn't cry back. Steroids would have given Chuck 20 more pounds of meat and early organ failure. Steroids wouldn't have stopped seizures or provided a reason to keep living when the weight got too heavy. Chuck Sipes proved you could build a world-class physique without drugs. Proved you could be the strongest man in the room and the kindest. Proved you could save almost everyone. Almost. There's a difference between lifting heavy and living heavy. Between overload and overkill. Chuck Sipes spent 45 years teaching iron to submit. The iron won anyway. It always does.
Jeez, that's a miserable story. I wouldn't even call that a tribute. I don't know what the hell that was. He had depression issues. I mean, the thing about it is, folks, we all have things that happen in life. But it looks like this guy makes videos based upon... It's like he's got Arnold Dark Philosophy, John Little and Randy Roach, The Untold Truth. I mean... all of his stuff says dark psychology, so the dark side of muscle. But all of it is AI generated. The guy is just taking a bunch of pictures and creating you know, creating a montage there. So, very shit work there. And yes, people still remember Chuck Sipes. If someone says who he is, you know, in the bodybuilding community, they know he was a great bodybuilder. Mr. World, Mr. Universe, and Mr. America. It's in the record books.
The White House today facing...
Oh, that's the one that we watched earlier.
Five of the world's strongest men versus one gorilla.
We'll wait until that loads up. Oh boy. YouTube, what is going on with you? I mean,
who wins? The answer will shock you. These men can deadlift over 1,000 pounds. They can flip cars. Their peak human strength. But a silverback gorilla, it's on a completely different level. A gorilla is 6 to 15 times stronger than a human. One arm is stronger than all 5 combined. It can bite with 1,300 psi. That's enough to crush a bowling ball. The strongmen attack. The gorilla grabs one by the arm. Instant fracture. It throws him 10 feet. Another man rushes in. The gorilla rips his shoulder out. Gorillas have muscle density humans can't match. Their tendons are like steel cables. 5 men might land punches, but the gorilla feels nothing. Its skin is too thick. The gorilla wins. Every single time. It's not even close, even with 5 men. Nature is terrifying. Follow for more. 5.
I don't know why everyone wants to fight a gorilla all of a sudden. I mean, they're just dangerous animals. They'll rip you to pieces. And that was from Pugman.
On July 10th, 1981, Ken Rex McElroy was...
Oh, the town bully. Y'all are gonna like this.
murdered in Skidmore, Missouri, in one of the most bizarre cases authorities had ever encountered. There were dozens of witnesses to the crime, which occurred in broad daylight. It should have been an easy case to crack, but everyone in the town clammed up, and even today, police still don't know exactly who ended McElroy's life. Today, we're going to take a look at how an entire community made a vigilante pact to kill the town bully and kept it quiet for 30 years. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel. After that, we'd be much obliged if you would leave a comment and let us know what other famous crimes you would like to hear about. Okay, time to find out how an entire town banded together to kick Ken Rex McElroy off the planet, like the bad guy at the end of Roadhouse. Ken Rex McElroy was born in 1934 to a family of poor migrant farmers. By the age of 15, he had dropped out of high school and begun to make a name for himself as a top-tier son of a bitch. He was a cattle rustler and small-time thief, and over the years he was suspected of stealing just about everything, including alcohol, gasoline, grain, livestock, and even antiques. You steal my grain? Okay. You steal my antiques? You son of a bitch. Despite the frequent accusations, McElroy was able to avoid convictions with the help of good old-fashioned hoodlum intimidation. More on that in a minute. Speaking of stealing things, McElroy met his future wife, Trina McLeod, when she was just 12 years old, and he was more than 20 years her senior.
Yeah. Disgusting.
McElroy's courtship consisted of routinely following her school bus, honking and yelling at the driver until the bus pulled over and allowed him to abscond with her. Kind of hard to avoid stranger danger when your school bus driver can just be bullied into becoming an accessory to a kidnapping. But that's the kind of hold McElroy had on the people of Skidmore. Trina gave birth to the pair's first child when she was only 14, at which point, according to court records, she tried to escape him and return home to her parents. But McElroy reportedly found her and took her right back to his house. Yeah, even Trena's parents were too afraid to stand up to him. Not without reason. McElroy grew angry when Trena's mother and stepfather refused to permit him to marry their underage daughter. So he allegedly returned to their home, killed their dog, and burned their house to the ground. He was indicted for statutory rape, arson, and assault, and Trena and the baby were placed in a foster home. This only infuriated McElroy, who was seemingly emboldened by years of never being held accountable for his increasingly heinous deeds. He would sit outside the foster home and threaten to kidnap the family's biological daughter unless they let him take Trena in what he described as a girl-for-girl exchange. McElroy was nothing if not a fan of blunt force abduction. According to Trena's accounts, McElroy did finally succeed in marrying her in 1974, which allowed him to avoid any criminal charges for impregnating a minor. Because apparently you can do whatever you want to a child as long as you marry them afterwards? I don't get it. McElroy moved the young girl into the home he shared with his common-law wife, Alice. But even though he was legally married to Trena, McElroy continued to father children with Alice. All told, the man had 11 children with 3 mothers. And although Trena would later recant the story that led to McElroy's multiple indictments in an interview with People magazine after his murder, McElroy's predacious nature is a matter of public record. That's the drawback of doing all your crimes out in the open. You collect witnesses like pogs. In another of his numerous criminal interactions with the people of Skidmore, McElroy allegedly shot a farmer named Romaine Henry in 1976. Henry claimed he confronted...
Yeah, this guy was completely insane. I'm not even sure how he was able to get away with all this. I mean...
McElroy for firing guns on his property. Rather than leave, McElroy chose to fire at Henry instead. While waiting for his court date, McElroy repeatedly drove his pickup truck to Henry's farm to try to intimidate him into dropping the charges. But Henry stuck to his guns. Get it? Because of yeah, you get it. Unfortunately, Henry's courage in the face of the town bully didn't amount to much. When a trial was finally set, McElroy managed to find 2 raccoon hunters who claimed he was with them and not on Henry's property on the date in question. In the end, McElroy was acquitted. Let's take a moment to talk about Scentbird. Scentbird is a fragrance subscription service that gives you the opportunity to shop from over 600 brands that are now available in both the US and Canada. It's a flexible subscription, so you can skip any month without penalties.
May as well play the commercial. After all, we are viewing the video, so...
Scentbird makes a sweet gift for the ones you love. One of the coolest things about it is how every month your recipient gets to pick what scents they want to receive, so there are no surprises. And while you're at it, why not treat yourself too? With Scentbird, you can get a decent amount of high-end fragrances for just $16. Some of the people here at Weird History tried it and were sent a variety of different fragrances. Maybe try that Roberto Cavalli. With a code, it will be only $7 for your first month. So make sure to use the coupon code for 55% off your first month at Scentbird. Throughout his life in Skidmore, McElroy was indicted a staggering 21 times for various offenses, all of which went largely unpunished for one reason or another. In cases where McElroy was arrested and charged, he would employ the same method he used against Henry and Trena's parents: coercion. As is probably obvious by now, McElroy was scary as hell.
Oh, they're just a sample scent perfume. It's good for someone who doesn't know much about cologne and perfumes and wants to try out a bunch of things, but yeah. Or, you know, so it's not a bad service.
So scary that witnesses would typically refuse to testify. Lawyers would balk at prosecuting him, and judges were reluctant to incite his wrath. So the people of Skidmore endured McElroy and his illicit actions without any hope of a conviction sticking. That is, they did, right up until they didn't. The final straw came in 1980, when a store clerk accused McElroy's daughter of taking candy from the Skidmore town grocery, which was owned by 70-year-old Ernest Bo Bowenkamp and his wife Lois. When McElroy was confronted over the matter, his response, and we're totally serious here, was to offer Lois Bowenkamp money to fight his wife, Trena. Apparently, he was looking to kickstart a lucrative series of wife fight videos. The 80s. Lois did not go for it. And McElroy, a man with a documented history of holding grudges, began stalking the Bowenkamps outside of their store in his pickup truck with his gun in hand. The situation escalated until July of that year, when McElroy cornered Bowenkamp on the store's loading dock. 2 young boys were watching, so McElroy gave them some money to go buy soda, eliminating any witnesses. Once the boys had cleared out, McElroy shot Bowenkamp in the neck. McElroy was arrested and charged with attempted murder. However, even though the case successfully went to trial, he was only convicted of the lesser crime of assault, and he was quickly released on bail pending appeal. As it would turn out, McElroy would have been better off staying in jail. This latest example of judicial wrangling made it seem like McElroy was going to find a way to escape punishment once again. But the people of Skidmore had had enough. The hearing to revoke McElroy's bond was scheduled for the morning of July 10th, 1981, and the townsfolk decided to combine their efforts to protect the witnesses who were set to testify. McElroy, however, was able to get the hearing postponed, which was good for him, but infuriating to the town. Soon after being released, McElroy made an appearance at a local bar called the D&G Tavern, where he brandished a rifle and made explicit threats against Bowenkamp, describing what he planned to do in, shall we say, legally actionable detail. Several people who overheard him wondered if there was anything they could do to prevent McElroy from hurting people, and a local sheriff suggested they form a neighborhood watch. That's some mighty fine police work, Sheriff. Although, in fairness, it was obvious at this point that the legal system wasn't going to do anything about McElroy. A town meeting was held to discuss McElroy, although outside of the people who attended, no one knows for certain exactly what was discussed. It could have been a meeting to iron out the details of a community watch program, but it's also entirely plausible that the attendees were planning McElroy's murder. And honestly, it could have been both. Okay, everyone, the Neighborhood Watch has been formed. Let's see, item 1 on the agenda. Oh, shooting Ken Rex McElroy. On the day of McElroy's murder, he had returned to the D&G Tavern with Trenna. At the same time, the townsfolk were meeting about McElroy at the local Legion Hall. When they heard he was back at the bar, they all headed over and packed the place out. Perhaps sensing something was about to go down, McElroy hurriedly finished his drinks, bought a 6-pack, and headed back to his car. He climbed in his pickup truck with Trenna, parked on the main street of Skidmore, in broad daylight, when he was suddenly surrounded by a disgruntled group of over 30 town residents. As McElroy nonchalantly reached to light a cigarette, several shots were fired into the truck. Bullets struck him in the head and neck while Trenna screamed in horror. No one attempted to assist McElroy, and no one called an ambulance. Ken Rex McElroy died at the scene. Police knew there had to have been more than one shooter. One shot had come from behind the truck and another from a block away. Additionally, shell casings from 2 different guns were found at the scene. A .22 caliber Magnum and an 8mm Mauser. Having multiple shooters at the scene of the crime may have been part of a deliberate effort to heighten confusion, making it difficult for authorities to pinpoint who was responsible. Or, considering McElroy's decades-long track record of being a wanton bastard, it may have just been a case of more than one person wanting to take a shot at him. With so many witnesses to the crime and at least 2 people pulling the trigger, County Prosecutor David Baird convened a grand jury, confident a suspect would be identified and detained. However, no suspect was ever named, and no arrests were ever made. The FBI even got involved and conducted over 100 interviews, but was unable to produce a single shred of evidence to tie anyone to McElroy's killing. The people of Skidmore simply refused to talk, so no indictments could be issued. McElroy's wife, Trenna, eventually accused a rancher and business owner named Del Clement for firing one of the fatal shots. But Clement never confessed, and the police never charged him with anything. A coroner's jury conducted an investigation, but ultimately they couldn't produce enough evidence tying Clement to the crime for an arrest warrant, and no one would corroborate Trenna's accusation. In 1984, Trenna filed a wrongful death suit against the county sheriff's office, the mayor, and Del Clement. Although she was seeking $6 million, the suit was settled out of court for just over $17,000, and no wrongdoing was ever admitted by any of the parties involved. In 1988, award-winning true crime author Harry N. McLean wrote a New York Times bestseller about the whole ordeal titled In Broad Daylight. The book chronicles McElroy's life, beginning as the 15th of 16 children, dropping out of school at age 15, and embarking on a life of crime that ended in a mysterious case of vigilante justice. In 1999, a film adaptation of the book was produced for television, starring Brian Dennehy as Len Rowan, a character very clearly based on McElroy. Meanwhile, Trenna, arguably the biggest victim of both McElroy and the town of Skidmore, eventually remarried, left Skidmore, and moved to Lebanon, Missouri, where she passed away in January of 2012 on her 55th birthday. Be sure.
that certainly is a short life.
Be sure to check out some of these other videos from our weird history. And make sure you check out Scentbird. Use W History to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird.
Make sure y'all use his discount code link for Weird History. At the very least, they're, give him a solid for doing the Scentbird thing. But, yep, the town bully, McElroy. Oh boy. But he had some pretty cool sideburns. Known for recipient of vigilante justice. Oh boy. I mean, but he did sow his oats. I mean, you got 17 children. He's freaking Nick Cannon there times 2. Oh boy. Nobody called for it. I mean, with a name like Skidmore, Missouri, it doesn't surprise me one bit. I mean, it's a dying town. There's only according to this on here, there's only 245 people that live there now. So definitely, the only thing it's known for is that town bully. But they do, surprisingly enough, they do have a website. You can pay your utility bill too, a Skidmore. Cool newsletter from look at this here, February 2023, March, November, and then there's one for 2026. They didn't even update this for 3 fucking years. What have they been doing for the past 3 years? Utilities, dog license, Newton Hall rental. Yeah, I'd certainly want to rent that place. $50. Whoa, $50 a day. That's not too bad, really. That is a raggedy building. Education. Nottoway Holt School, but that's in Graham, Missouri. That's not even in Skidmore. They're basically advertising for a school in another town. Oh, and they got the depot. I wonder if their history mentions the town bully. Nope. No mention of the town bully. But yes, it's a dying town. Probably in about 20 years there won't be no one left. But that's the way it is sometimes. Well, of course, the bar building's there, but I doubt anyone's going there, KCB. With a town population of 245 people, it would be very difficult to keep a bar open unless it's only open on certain days and they already own the building. I'll be right back, folks. I got to take a piss. Yeah, but when in doubt, there's always going to be a bar that's open. Boy. Always. All right. Let's see what we got next. Let's check out Lamar. If YouTube acts right.
Said, let's rob a bank. I've been thinking about it for a while. No, Thomas. That's a big no, Thomas Hawkins. I'm sorry, guy. We shouldn't go to jail for money, bro. So let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just say we did, Thomas.
Do y'all see that shirt that Lamar's wearing?
Thomas Hawkins said, let's rob a bank. I've been thinking about it for a while. No, Thomas. That's a big no, Thomas Hawkins. I'm sorry, guy. We shouldn't go to jail for money, bro. So let's.
Do y'all see that shirt that he's wearing? Oh, man.
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's just say we did, Thomas.
You know, one thing about Skidmore, I can almost guarantee there's no black people there. There wouldn't be. Oh, boy.
Yeah. Nigga finna eat some black-eyed peas and smoked neck bone. Some black-eyed peas and smoked...
Did he just say what I... Well, he's calling himself by the right word.
Yeah. Nigga finna eat some black-eyed peas and smoked neck bone. Listen. This is the podcast with soul. Look at that right there. Look at them black-eyed peas and that smoked neck bone. That's pork right there. That's that swine. Swine is fine all the time. All you got to do is just drop a dime and tell me to come on the line. Look at them black-eyed peas.
I don't mind neck bones, but I absolutely hate black-eyed peas. I mean, I absolutely hate black-eyed peas.
Isn't that pork smoked neck on? Look at that pork right there. You don't eat pork? You don't eat no... Good. This way I ain't got to worry about giving you none. Good. Look at this right here. Look. Y'all swine, nigga. God, thank you for this food that we're about to receive, for the nourishment for our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Amen. I bless my food. My mother, we used to have to say the grace. Say your grace. You got to say the grace before you eat now. Everything was nah. Come on now. What does that mean now? When them old people from down...
At least he has a clean glass. You know, those glasses he's been drinking out of been kind of dirty.
South say now, what that mean? Come on now, we got to go now. All right, let me check it out. Look at these black-eyed peas. Look at that shit right there. Don't even ask me for nothing. And all you Muslims, I know y'all don't want to know because the pork juice in there. You got the pork juice. Pork juice. Yeah, I eat pork. See, for those of y'all that don't... See, this is foundational black American culture here. You understand?
No, the fuck it isn't. It's just slave food. You dumb monkey. Folks, soul food, for the most part, is slave food. All right? I ain't no slave. That's why I don't eat that mess. It's not good. It's not good for you to eat that stuff. You're not supposed to eat that type of stuff.
See, I love my culture. I love
a salty neck bone. Hey, what better thing to do than to add more salt to it? How about that?
Who I am, how I was raised, and all that. Look at that salt right there. Look at that salt finna go on there. Look at that salt. Look at my salt. I put my salt on my black-eyed peas better than you. I put my salt on my black-eyed peas better than you. Look at that right there. See, this is foundational Black American culture, man. That's why our genetics is so good. Mm-hmm. Look at that piece of cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread. You gonna eat your cornbread. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
Mm-hmm. Look at them black eyed peas. Look at them black. Look at that pork smoked neck bun. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. All right, y'all.
That's from a movie, by the way, with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence and Life. So, in case y'all are wanting to know the cornbread theme. So, yeah, my cousin's still streaming. How about that? He'll probably be streaming 2 hours after I'm done. Let's see what he's talking about.
Hey, look, I came here on my own recognizance to get my stuff situated because I'm trying to get back into school, and this is just really a disruption of what
did the judge say?
He just all of a sudden got tough, like, you need to sit down. Like, what is that telling me?
Well, why didn't you just sit down?
Okay, but I'm like wondering because if I sit down, I was not trying to have no warrants or not trying to be in jail or not trying to do none of that. Because
are you under the influence right now?
No, I'm not. I had like a couple drinks last night, but I'm just.
Yeah, drunk bitch. Oh boy. But yeah, folks, I am not going to. What the heck? Oh, we already played this one. Fuck it.
Which animal can destroy you in one hit? A kangaroo's
Yep, we're just gonna go and mess up one.
punch delivers 850 psi. Enough.
I'm just gonna pause this shit. Even the pausing ain't right. I am getting sick and tired. I hope YouTube fixes their damn channel. Because that's what it's been doing lately. I am going to play one other video, and I'm going to try to see if... I guess I could play this CNN short. Oh, I could do that one here. So, because I do want to show you guys something.
Animal can destroy you in one hit. A kangaroo's punch delivers 850 psi. Enough to shatter your ribs and collapse your lungs instantly. The mantis shrimp punches at 50 miles per hour, fast enough to boil water and shatter bones on impact. An orangutan's strike has 500 pounds of force behind it. One hit caves in your skull. A grizzly bear's paw swipe breaks your spine like a twig. You won't even feel the second one. One tiger paw slap fractures your skull and rips half your face off. Dead in seconds. But a gorilla? It'll punch through your chest with 1,300 pounds of pure strength. Your heart stops instantly. Follow for more interesting situations like this.
Now you guys are scaring me. I didn't, especially the kangaroo. I mean, yeah, that's if they can actually land a shot. But I do want you guys to check this shit out here.
Now to a story in the Ozarks that's been making headlines nationwide. There's a relatively new whites-only community in northeast Arkansas.
So take a look. It's a 160-acre property near the town of Ravenden. It's a private membership association called Return to the Land. And there are families that are living there now and more homes going up.
There are black people who want black communities, Jewish people who want Jewish communities, and there are white people who want white communities.
Yeah, but... you know, there are white people are allowed to live in a black community and vice versa. But let me tell you, let me finish this video and then I'll explain it to you.
In the past, that's how this country was. So we're trying to preserve that.
So tonight we're hearing from the co-founder of Return to the Land and from a longtime Arkansas civil rights attorney about this controversial new community.
So if people are interested, they align with our values, they're welcome to join.
We tracked down Eric Orwell. He's the president of Return to the Land, which is now home to about 36 people.
And it's not all about are you white or not. It's also, do you share traditional European values? And also, if you want to live here with us, do you get along with us?
You have to get accepted to live here. There's an application process, including a questionnaire and an interview with the Board of Trustees. How would you defend what you do here?
We're not trying to oppress any other group. In fact, we would want to help other groups also have their own spaces if that's what they want.
Do you understand why some people, though, might see what you're doing as racism?
Sure, of course. But I also don't know exactly what racism is. The concept has shifted over the years. If racism is hating other groups of people, I would say we're not racist. If racism is valuing your racial heritage and wanting to perpetuate it, well then by that definition, yeah, we're racist.
Butch Dale lives in nearby Ravenden. He's a city council member and the fire chief. He says he's not bothered by it.
We live in a free country. I think they have a right to support their views.
Not exactly there, but I'll explain how they're able to do it.
The way they want to. Of course, we all have our different views.
Arkansas civil rights attorney Austin Porter Jr. says what they're doing is against the law.
It violates the 14th Amendment Equal Protection Clause. It violates 42 U.S.C. Section 1982 of the Civil Rights Act, because those laws say that anybody enjoy the same rights to own, sell, possess land as enjoyed by white citizens.
Orwell and the Return to the Land official website both say the community is a private club and therefore exempt from Title II of the Civil Rights Act on public accommodations.
Not exactly.
That would have to be tested in court.
In order for there to be a case, a lawsuit, there has to be some kind of what's called a case of controversy. Someone tried to obtain ownership or someone tried to live in that particular area. They were denied. And at that point, then a lawsuit can be brought.
Is there something that you have against people of other ethnicities?
No, we are for.
I mean, that's the thing, folks. I mean, someone would have to try that, but, you know, I honestly wouldn't want to live around these snow roaches, you know. I mean, nothing, well, this is Arkansas, so it'd be a lot of sun. So, no one wants to live around, I guess the better terminology, instead of calling them snow roaches, would be sun dodgers. So, honestly, I would not want to live in a town of sun dodgers only, even if I was white. Even if I was a glacier monkey, I certainly wouldn't. The thing about it is, folks, I don't even want to live in a black community neither, you know. I don't want to live in a black community, white community. I want to live in a mixed community. This place here that I live at, you know, it's a mixed community of blacks and white people, you know, and stuff. This suburb section, I love it. You know what the best part about it is? None of all of our neighbors leave. I don't talk to my neighbors. I don't have to. Everyone leaves each other alone. You know, it's nice and quiet. The only time I may occasionally get a knock on the door where someone had a package accidentally delivered to me or vice versa, and that's about it, you know. I definitely wouldn't want to live in a black community. I mean, it's kind of I've lived in a black community. I lived in the projects. It's annoying, folks.
Our European heritage, that's our history, that's where we come from. We want to perpetuate that. I think that's very natural. I think all life basically wants to perpetuate what it is, so we're trying to do that.
Is it because you're honoring your ancestry, or is it because you think your ancestry is better than another?
Well, it's mine, and obviously I have a preference for it, but I wouldn't say that it's superior to others in all respects. I think in general, societies get along better when people are more similar. The more dissimilar people are in a society, the harder it is to understand each other. And if you can't understand each other, you can't exactly predict what everyone's going to do. And if you can't predict what they're going to do, it's harder to trust them. And so multiracial, multicultural societies end up being lower trust, and people become less sociable.
America, though, it's a melting pot, right? It's kind of built on the fact that, people of different religious backgrounds and races and ethnicities have come together and existed and coexisted.
That's not what it was built on. It was built by white Europeans for white Europeans.
So Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin's office would not comment, confirming only that they are investigating if any laws are being broken.
Meanwhile, Arkansas Governor Sarah Sanders released this statement saying, quote, Governor Sanders condemns discrimination and racism of any kind and is confident in the Attorney General's ability to investigate this matter.
So here's the thing, folks. The way they're able to do this is chances are one person owns all 647 acres. And they basically sublet it. They're like a community. But you also have to understand how this... you have to understand the specific area as far as, Raventon, Arkansas. It's a very small town. It's a very small town. Has a population of 470 people. It's out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's no black people there. The population of there's only 2 black people in town, in other words. They make up 0.47%. The town already is mostly white. There's 8 mixed race people. There are 2 niggers, and all the rest of them are glacier monkeys, basically. That's it. Well, actually, there's one white. Let's see. 2020. Okay, 412 glacier monkeys. 2 niggers. There was some wagon burners, at least one. There were 9, but it looks like all of them left. They probably went and opened up a casino. 8 oatmeal swirl babies. 4 wetbacks. There were 7 of them. Now there's 4. I guess ICE went and decided to deport them. So, I mean, it's mostly a town of crackers to begin with, me personally, as far as me, whether I want to be in a full white community, the answer's no. And here's the thing, folks. It's going to break up on its own. It doesn't need a civil rights law in order to break up that community. It's going to break itself up. You want to know why? Because when it comes to white people, they're just like a all white community. It's just the same like an all black community. If all you have is your race as some sort of connection, it's just not going to work. Okay? It's not going to work. It never does. Not only that, given the type of makeup there and on this property, literally speaking, because it's a private club, they can't get any plumbing or any general municipalities. So they're probably operating on mostly solar and wind and other stuff like that, which you can do. And they can lay out some plumbing and everything like that, but overall the community's is going to fail, not because of some civil rights lawsuit. It's just a bunch of white people living together, and they're eventually going to fight with each other and stuff. It always happens. I mean, he's built a giant trailer park. You just have a giant trailer park. But honestly, I actually respect it, I mean, at least they're trying to do something, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, nothing personal. I can see white people not being around a bunch of blacks or any other races or anything like that, you know. But I know, guys, it's just it's kind of funny that people actually give a shit about a town out in the freaking middle of bumfuck nowhere. I mean, the thing about it is, Chuck E. Cheese, it will be low crime for now. But you know, like I said before, the whole town is mostly white. It's all white. There's 40 people there for this return to land. I mean, they're out in the middle of nowhere. They're not bothering anyone, literally. They're just not. At least they're open about it, you know, and stuff. But you know, I'm going to be honest with you, folks. It's not the only place. I mean, you got Elham City, Oklahoma, too. I mean, that place is full of. I mean, basically, that is a very. I mean, there's a lot of white supremacists. There's a lot. It's a big tie to the. To the Aryan community, but the thing about it is that there's really no one left in the town. There's less than 100 people there. I mean, they've literally ran, and here's the thing, folks. This is the problem with a all-white sort of extremist community relationship or so forth. So, I mean, the thing about it is that this town, if you look at just the racial makeup of it, I mean, we're talking about 24, 30. There's only 52 people now in that community. It's dead. Literally, it's dead. You know, that's what happens when you have nothing but a bunch of white people all around, because they're going to eventually annoy the shit out of each other. Just like a black community where black people will generally just annoy the shit out of each other. That's why I like this community. You have a mixture of different races there. That's what you need in order to have a balanced community. It's like me, for example, you know. Every black person should have a white friend, and every white person should have a black friend. Because a black friend will tell I will always tell my white friends, like, well, maybe you shouldn't say that, or, you know, or so forth. And, you know, as far as a white friend is concerned, you know, if I ever go to jail, you know, a white friend will always go down to the jail and demand and say he's a good guy, and they would actually fight to get me out. Black folks be like, fuck that nigga, you know, so just raccoons stealing trash. I mean, it's low crime there, Chuck E. Cheese, because there's nothing to steal, you know, really. Like I said, you know, I'm just basing it off of other white communities here, you know. All the other people that have established this isn't something brand new, Chuck E. Cheese. This isn't brand new at all, you know. This has been done numerous times, and they failed simply because they annoyed the shit out of each other. It's really just one of those things. So they're free to have that community. I mean, again, it's out in the middle of nowhere, literally. It's nowhere. It's not going to succeed, and you don't need. I don't see any reason that anyone should get involved there. If they want to go live there, that's their business here. But they're just gonna have a hard time, because here's the thing, folks. Number one, it's so remote, so they're gonna have to travel out in order to get jobs. Normally, and you can't really do work at home unless you have a system set up just like mine. But there's no actual power out there, so you know it's going to be difficult to establish there. I mean, but nothing's impossible. I'm sure they have, you know, things set up and everything, but it's just not going to work. If they were like Somalians, I don't like Somalians. I will tell you that right now. Even though I'm part Somalian, just like my cousin Vegan Gaines, I don't really like Somalians. So I guess 20% of me hates myself there. But if you've ever ran into a full-blown Somalian from Somalia, they are the most putrid types of human beings ever. I mean, they're just putrid human. They're just horrible human beings, and they get on my damn nerves. I'm sure my cousin will say the same thing, and that's kind of bad for me to say, being where some of my blood is part Somali and everything like that. But it's true. Somalians are very annoying to me. Now I love my beautiful black brothers and sisters, but I will tell you right now, as dark, we may be the same shade, but we do have different attitudes on things. I'm just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. Armenians, they can be very, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I got no issue with Armenians. Indian people, it just varies here, Arabs, I usually get along with Arabs. And I have a lot of Jewish friends here, I usually get along with Arabs a bunch, and I get along with Jewish people. But, as far as Native Americans are concerned, I mean, I lived out in Silva at one time, so I've screwed a couple of Indians, when I was in bed, I was like, I had them saying that there, like, I was pounding them cheeks there, Yes, sir. Custard was getting his revenge. Oh, boy, and I sure turned that ass into custard. But I got no problems with Indians there, They cool with me. And if you go down to Cherokee, folks, they got some of the most comfortablest theater. They got nice seats. If you want to go and watch a movie at the movie theater, drive down to Cherokee and go to their movie theater. They're all right. So Indians, I don't really get along with much. And a lot of them are kind of racist. Somalians, I definitely don't get along with there. Let's see. The Hispanics, I get along with them, and stuff. Asians, I've had it, my last boyfriend was Asian, so, I mean, they're fine with me. Some of them can get on my fucking nerves, too, but, Ukrainians, I definitely don't get along with. Ukrainians are some of the most racist people out there. I've never met a Ukrainian that wasn't racist. I mean, maybe one day I might run into one, but they, Cubans. Well, I mean, other than conservative Cubans, they're cool with me, But Cubans are racist, but they're not racist towards blacks. They're racist towards Mexicans. Cubans hate Mexicans. They also hate Dominicans too. Cubans consider Mexicans as a lower caste, lower level there, in other words. They consider them beneath them, in other words. It's sort of like Italians. And here's the thing. The upper portion of Italian, the lower half of Italy hates the upper half and vice versa. It has something to do with land. So if you have if you run into an Italian that lives in the top portion, they'll tell you that, they don't like the lower end of Italians that live in the lower end or were raised there, I don't know what the deal or situation is here. I got no problems with Jews. Jews are fine with me, No, I've never had any problems with Jews. Just the only thing people I've really had problems with is Somalians and Ukrainians. God, I hate Ukrainians here. Goddamn pierogies there. Because they're the most racist people out there. Cubans I don't have a problem with because they're not racist towards me. They're racist towards Mexicans. Cubans hate Mexicans. They consider them as dirt. They call them gauchos, in other words. And I had to look up gaucho. That's what Cubans refer to Mexicans as. They call them gauchos. It generally means a very poor person, a servant, in other words. But you know, that's the way Cubans are that I've ran into. They just absolutely hate Mexicans. So we're gonna open this up for another 5 minutes. Get your questions in. But I mean, if they're free to do the white community and they're doing it, so. But I will tell you right now, it's gonna fail. It's just gonna fail. Because every other white community that's been attempted to establish has failed. Because eventually they just annoy the shit out of each other. You have to understand that you have to have something more in common than just being white. At least he's screening out the people to see whether they get along or not, but you gotta have something more to build a established community. You got to have something more in common than just being white or black or anything. I mean, seriously. But feel free to do they're free to do whatever they want. They're out in the middle of nowhere. They're already in a community where the vast majority of people are white anyway. So honestly, I don't even see a point in establishing a community anyway when you're mostly surrounded by whites. 96% of the community is white. I mean, you got 4 Mexicans there. You got 2 black people there. I mean, seriously. I mean, wouldn't you folks say that that's good enough? I mean, literally, let me show you these demographics here again. Population as of 2020, 412 white people. There's only 2 black people there. Mixed race, there's 8. And there's 4 Mexicans. Come on now, does it really matter? 2 people, that's 0.47% black people. I have Indian neighbors. They're very they're very smelly. Well, it's just they're the patchouli and stuff, so. Muscle Discord Matt is half Ukrainian. Well, I hate half of them then. Now, Ryan, don't you know that's what my dad calls Jews. He calls them Shylocks. That's the old school. That's the old folks version. That's what black people call Jewish people back in the 50s and 60s. They would refer to them as Shylocks. So you saying some old black? You got some old black racist word right there for a Jew is a Shylock. Whenever I hear the word Shylock, that reminds me of my dad because that's what he refers to them as. They have curly sideburns, winter-long coats. No, they don't. I mean, that's a Hasidic Jew, you know. And they don't really hang out with me, so I don't really have no problems with them. Those are not the Jews I hang out with. I don't think I would have a problem with them. It's just that they stick to themselves. But best of luck with the community. But they're gonna those Sun Dodgers. They're gonna eventually hate each other, and then bye community. But folks, it is that time. I do want to thank Matty Matt, and I want to thank Quick Pump for donating. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Y'all tune in tomorrow for Saturday's Soul Poll live stream. And I'm out of here, folks. And as always, peace and soul. I gotta load up the bird. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna wait till that loads up so I can properly play it. Alright, let's try it.